1 of the All the Books show, recorded at the... Oh, no!
Oh.
So last take wasn't a mistake.
That's true.
Normally recorded live at the David A. Howe Public Library. Today, recorded in my sweet
Rumpus room?
everybody room.
Yeah. Your person cave.
My person cave. So
that means this is a special episode of All the Books Nights. Exciting times.
We talk about book news, author news, and literary news.
Yeah.
I'm Eric Mickles.
And I'm Nick Gunning.
If we sound different, it's because we're using my own personal microphone.
Yeah.
This is a Yeti.
Oh, okay.
A Yeti, I think.
This is sort of like...
Blue Yeti.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Keeps your beverages very cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is kind of like a pirate radio then,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
My own personal microphone,
Yeah.
my own personal PC.
Yeah.
Normally, we're still recording on my laptop.
Yeah, this
My
is a
work
whole
laptop.
new experience.
Yeah. We've
So-
trapped you. We've kicked all the animals out except for the one you're allergic to.
Right. The guinea pig is here with us.
The guinea pig, yeah.
Shout outs. Hey, guinea pig. Which one is that?
That's Mango.
Mango.
She's the only guinea pig in the house.
Mango the guinea pig
Yeah.
is here with us.
Yep.
So how are you?
Doing better than you.
Yeah, that's true.
You want to give the listeners a little update of what's going on with Nick?
Sure. Just recovering from a little surgery. Been homebound. Going a little
Yeah.
out of my mind from
Yeah.
being stuck on a couch. But
Yeah.
I'm here for you. I'm here for our listeners.
Yeah.
So let's get this party started.
Would you say you have all your stitching out? Like
No.
all your staples are out
No.
and everything?
No, I still got staples.
No, like they gave you stuff when they
Yeah.
did the surgery.
Right.
And then you healed.
Yeah.
And now you're better?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, well, you feel more comfortable if I tell you that there's no staples in me right
Yeah.
now. Okay.
So,
I'm staple free.
yeah, so if any time, like, you get, like, winded.
Yeah.
And we'll just pause the podcast.
Okay.
Or stop early. So, we almost...
This will be a 3-part episode.
We almost thought... I don't know if she's listening to this right now, but we
Yeah.
almost thought about just getting Kate here
I
to
know.
replace you all together.
Yeah, we almost did.
But I couldn't imagine keeping the show going just by myself.
Yeah. Oh. Kate Byrne.
Yeah, that was
And
pretty
she's
good.
not even in this building,
No,
so
she's
we can
not.
say whatever
No,
we want.
Just 3 dogs out there doing
Exciting.
who
Yeah,
knows
it's just
what.
a 3-dog night.
3-dog night!
I know.
All right.
Pretty good stuff. Well, last week we talked about the best in the... Not the best
Business.
of. Not the best of, but what we were looking forward to.
For young adult books.
YA genre. Yep, today we're going to do second part of that, and we're going to look at some adult... I feel weird saying adult books, so we'll
No,
just
they're
say...
adult books.
Oh,
yeah.
they are?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at some...
Mandy visits Detroit. I don't know if that's a thing. What was
most
the famous one?
anticipated adult books of 2018, all right? We'll say
Debbie
that.
Movie. Probably don't need to talk about the Debbie movie.
Probably you don't. So how are you? Have you gotten a lot of reading done lately?
Yes, but not the type of reading that you can really brag about on
I
a
see.
reading podcast.
All right, so it's
So-
Punisher, it's Daredevil, it's
I was going over
Ghostwriter.
my what I've read list.
Yeah.
I don't know how fun this is going to be for everybody
Okay,
else.
buckle up. I'll use this time to rest my broken body while you talk about it.
You've got a backlog, I'm sure.
That's true, I do.
So, I won't torture our listeners. Look, I have been reading a lot of comic books. The Marvel Unlimited app has been basically my I'll tell you what, I did start reading Turtles All the Way Down.
Ah,
I'm 40 pages in.
okay. How are you feeling about that? This is the latest John Green, folks.
Yeah. That's right. It's John Green's newest one, which is a bestseller.
Yeah.
The combination of reading this and seeing the new Jumanji movie, which has a prologue and an epilogue of the teens,
Okay.
has reminded me, I don't really care about teenage life.
Huh.
I don't mean I don't care about teenagers as people.
Right.
I don't care about teenage drama.
Right.
Teenage
The
romance.
woes. Uh-huh.
I don't care about most of what teenagers are doing.
Okay.
I care about them as people, but...
Right.
Eh.
That's funny because you seem to have a good touch with teenagers. They seem to like you.
Yeah.
All right.
I like them. I
Yeah.
just don't like when they start talking about like, oh, and she was doing this, and I was
Yeah.
like, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just want to push their face away.
I think that's true of most ages. Other people's drama is not that interesting.
I don't know.
So, oh really?
Yeah, how things going with your marriage?
Let me tell you.
Okay,
No,
we don't
no.
have time for this. All right, so I've been reading. I thought I was gonna catch up on all my X-Men comics,
Oh.
but it turned out there are a lot of Punisher, Moon Knight, and Ghostwriter comics.
Okay.
Incredible Hercules.
Okay.
Also X-Men comics
I've read
from like
some
2007
Hercules,
on that I had missed.
Jack of Hearts miniseries?
No,
Okay.
Jack of Hearts miniseries.
You know, sometimes with these subscription things,
Uh-huh.
I think they make some of their money and people not really like taking full advantage of it.
Uh-huh.
You're taking them to town.
Yeah.
You're reading
Yeah, maybe-
every Marvel comic that's out there.
I'm trying. Let's see.
Okay.
When was the last time we recorded? Because we skipped a week because of
It
your
was
surgery.
the 24th. We actually recorded January 24th.
Okay.
Would you like me to go first? Would that
No,
help
I've
you?
got it. All right.
Okay.
I've read Astonishing X-Men Volume 5 Ghost Box by Warren
Okay.
Ellis. This was stupid. It was gross art. I hate the artist. He's been doing.
Wow.
He did some Wolverine comics before. I hate it.
All right. So
People think it's like
he's
gorgeous
not the
art.
best at what he does.
No, he's not. Also, they made Forge a villain. I don't know if there are any Forge.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any Forge fans out there, but I'm with you. It's not a good look on him.
Okay.
Punisher Dead End. This is where Daken, which is Wolverine's son from Wolverine Origins, cuts the Punisher up into tiny little pieces, kills him. We'll be back onto what happens after that.
Huh.
Psylocke. I read the Psylocke miniseries where they try to explain what it's like having. So she was originally a British woman,
right,
with psychic powers.
Yeah.
Who was killed, but her mind was put into a Japanese woman's body, which is why she.
What happened to the Japanese lady?
She was put into the British body, but she's dead now.
I see.
Also, Psylocke had bionic eyes at one point.
All right.
Because they usually connect her with Mojo and Spiral, which is pretty bad. I read Batman: The Dark Knight Strikes Again. I gave it 3 stars.
That is a weird, trippy...
That is crazy, yeah.
So, The Dark Knight Returns is sort of a beloved staple of the genre.
I think it's great.
You know? Everybody loves it. It's pretty universally loved.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Strikes Again is...
Yeah, this is Frank Miller's sequel. He did this in 2001.
Yeah.
Some people attribute it to 9/11 happening while he was in the middle of it, so he changed gears and stuff. But I don't see a tone change at all.
Well, when I read it, because I read it's in 3 volumes,
right.
or you can get the full. I read the first volume and was like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. And then I was kind of shocked at the direction it took later, so I don't know that I would jump right to, it was 9/11, but... Yeah. It's a mess.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of characters he hates that he really kicks to the curb.
He takes to, so.
I read Astonishing X-Men Volume 6, Exogenic. This is by Warren Ellis as well. Much approved. Better artist.
Nice.
Phil Jimenez. He's like late 80s, early 90s fame. He does really
Jimenez.
good. I read I Kill Giants by Joe Kelly. This is getting turned into a movie, so it counts as a young adult movie.
Yeah.
There's a girl. It's just like following her life in school. She's an outcast, but she also...
This is a multi-volume series, right?
No, this is just one.
Oh, just one?
Yeah, we have it at the library. I finally read it. She may or may not actually kill giants. It's up in the... You don't know for a while if she's actually dealing with real-life giants that people don't know about, or if it's all in her head. It's self-contained, so like you'll have all the answers at the end. And it's a good story. It made me sad. I almost cried. I read 7 to Eternity by Rick Remender. This is a Image comic. It's kind of a weird fantasy western.
Okay.
And sorry, I was getting a phone call right now. Hey, Travis. Yeah, I just picked it up because I like the author and I was looking for like something new outside of the Marvel world to pick. I read Wolverine Get Mystique by Jason Aaron. This took place after the Messiah Complex storyline, after Mystique betrayed everyone and Wolverine went after her. Kind of retcons a history with them, having like been romantically entangled during like the Old West.
Weird.
It wasn't that great. Punisher Frankencastle.
I just have to ask you a question. Have you forsaken everything else in your life to be reading this mini? Like, have you stopped showering and shaving and...
Let's see. Well, Frankencastle I read January 30th is when I finished it.
Wow. So we still got a ways.
No, we'll get through this. Punisher Frankencastle. So I told you Punisher got cut up into a lot of pieces by Daken. Yeah. Now he gets put back together by Morbius, the living vampire from Spider-Man fame, and he's turned into Frankencastle.
Frankencastle.
Sure. I read
I'm just going to rest my stitches. You keep going.
Ghostwriter Volume 1, Vicious Cycle by Daniel Way. I thought I hated this comic, but apparently I was thinking of a prequel comic, but actually we'll get back to that. This one I actually really liked. It's a pretty good one. The devil tricks Ghostwriter into letting the devil out of hell. Now the Ghostwriter has to go get him. I don't know what it is about Ghostwriter. I was going to talk about his costume and his classic design and how it's like classic but also very dated. I guess that's all I need to talk about. I read Moon Knight Volume 3. This takes place after the Civil War Moon Knight arc, which I read and I hated, but now I've been reading this and it's pretty good.
Interesting.
Punisher in the Blood. He's no longer Frankencastle. He's back to himself. He has to deal with Jigsaw and some other people that look like Jigsaw.
Okay.
The Incredible Hercules Against the World. This is funny because I read it and I laughed out loud at a lot of parts and I went to go review it. Turns out I already read it back in 2010.
Yeah.
Had the same opinions. Alright, I read The Dark Knight Returns, The Last Crusade. This is like the 3rd book Frank Miller did in his Dark Knight Returns series. This is the prequel comic. Wow. Which you gave 5 stars to.
Yeah. I thought it was really good. I did love it.
I think putting The Dark Knight Returns on there did it a disservice.
Oh, I don't think so. It felt like that Batman to me.
I didn't really get that. I think they could have just like called it Batman: The Last Crusade and like done it exactly how he was, which is like the story of Jason Todd and him like kind of wanting to retire from being Batman and everything, and then like let the readers decide like, oh, is this part of the Dark Knight Returns universe? We would have like said it was.
I guess. Have you read All-Star Batman? All-Star Batman Robin?
Yeah.
I guess it felt like kind of a transitional piece in there.
Maybe.
From that to Dark Knight. Yeah, I really liked it, but
yeah.
You know.
Ghostwriter Volume 3, Apocalypse Soon, where he fights Hulk during World War Hulk. Also read Ghostwriter Volume 2, The Life or Death of Johnny Blaze. That was pretty good. Ghostwriter 4, Revelations, and Ghostwriter Hell-Bent and Heaven Bound. That's where he stops. Oh, wait, no. Ghostwriter 4 is where he stops Satan. Now Ghostwriter Hell-Bent and Heaven Bound is where we find out Ghostwriter isn't actually from Hell. He's an angel.
Oh,
so he's
what a twist.
Good. I read Suicide Squad Volume 4, Earthlings on Fire, to bring it over to the DC again.
Good, thank you.
That was fine. The art was what gave it 4
this is
stars.
the newest Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
So this we have in our collection.
Yes.
New.
Yeah.
Check it out.
This is it's fine. The problem with these Suicide Squad comics, basically since like the movie, I feel maybe even before that, they've just been doing a lot of like non-Suicide Squad stuff. For one, they're always dealing with stuff inside the prison that they're kept in.
Right.
So like they're never out there. It always seems like they're dealing with internal problems. Like to stop these problems, just not have the Suicide Squad.
Right.
And they're never going against like there's nothing ever political about it. There's nothing ever undercover about it. Like they just fought Zod. And it's just like you're not gonna send Killer Croc and Harley Quinn against Zod.
No, probably not.
With Superman powers. So it's just it doesn't make a lot of sense. I read the Incredible Hercules Secret Invasion. I don't like the Secret Invasion story arc in general. I read Batman Volume 1, I Am Gotham. I gave it 2 stars, which kind of surprised me. But I guess the more I thought of it, the more I didn't like it. Because I didn't like the characters Gotham and Gotham Girl.
Okay.
So, Gothamette.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an uneven run.
Yeah. And then I read Moon Knight Volume 4, The Death of Mark Spector. Just read that today at lunch.
Wow.
That was pretty good. Norman Osborn's Thunderbolts go after Moon Knight, because Moon Knight's registered from the Civil War Act, but he's still, he's going off the fringes, so they send him off to stop him.
Classic Moon Knight.
Not as much, like, action in that as I was hoping. You send a team of Venom, like, with Venom and, like, other characters after him, but the Bullseye Moon Knight fight was pretty good.
Okay.
And then, as I said, 46 pages into Turtles All the Way Down.
Turtles All the Way Down. Bringing us full circle.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. So you're not loving it? Turtles All the Way Down.
It's fine. I don't... Yeah. Maybe it will... Like, right now, I don't really get what everything's...
Yeah.
Where it's going.
It seems all very, like, low stakes and...
Yeah.
Kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, I finished some things. As I mentioned last episode...
Since you've been talking, I just read 3 more comics on my...
Really? Okay, well, please, fill us in. I mentioned last week that I was starting Women in the Window by A.J. Finn.
Oh my gosh.
Started, devoured it, loved it.
Yeah, twist
5
ending.
stars.
Twist ending.
It was so good. It was so good. It was just one of those ones where, like, you know, I looked down and I'm like, how have I read this many pages? It's impossible. Yeah. But I just, like, I don't know, it really sucked me in. It was perfect for, like, post-surgery laying around on
I'm
the
extremely
couch.
surprised the way we, like, made fun of it.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. I feel like the blurb and the promotion has been to sort of make you feel like it's one of those books, like you're a Woman in Cabin 10, that sort of thing. And it really doesn't feel like that at all. Yeah. It feels like a lot smarter and like a lot more going on. So I was really impressed with it. My wife's reading it now.
We also have the audiobook in the library, I believe.
Nice. Yeah, we usually get audios of the high-profile ones like that. I finished Ghost in the Gumshoe, which is a Quantum Leap novel.
Ah, okay.
I love me some Quantum Leap. And then I read Revolver by Robert Rodriguez. This is about, well, theoretically, this is about the Beatles recording the Revolver album. But it's a lot more...
That's their turning point album.
I think so. And that's sort of his point, but he really gets off... He kind of gets off topic trying to tell you why... Sgt. Pepper is not their best album, that it's really Revolver. And I just feel like he spends too much time talking about Sgt. Pepper, and you don't have to tear down Pepper to make Revolver seem important.
What was before Revolver?
Rubber Soul.
I thought people thought Rubber Soul was their turning point album.
Rubber Soul is like... everything before Rubber Soul is very... almost like a 50s tinge. Just like really like pop music, you know. And Rubber Soul is a transitional album where you have elements of that, but things start to get a little bit more intricate and a little bit more like outside of the box. And then Revolver is like very sort of experimental, and they do some really unusual things. In between there is when they go from they don't tour anymore.
Right.
So, like, Rubber Soul, they're still making things that they could conceivably perform live. In Revolver, they're like, we don't care, forget it, you know, and they just...
Okay.
So even while they're touring, while Revolver's coming out, they don't even sing any of the songs from Revolver because they're just sort of over it. So I think Rubber Soul is kind of the transition, and Revolver is the one that solidifies the new direction.
Nice.
But the book was pretty good. I read stuff about the Beatles before, and I would have preferred a little bit more about the making and shaping of Revolver.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I liked it. I read some graphics, not as many as you, but I read The Clone Conspiracy, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Nice.
Not good. You can skip it. I know you won't, but you probably could.
Okay.
I read the first of Scooby-Doo Apocalypse.
Okay.
A get well present from you.
That comes in literary news. As well.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Oh, does it?
Well, something. Another Hanna-Barbera.
Oh,
thing,
well, okay.
Actually, that was a pretty good impression of what's to come.
Well, now I think I know.
All right.
I read the first volume of Brit, which is in our collection, and has gotten a weird amount of checkouts.
Yeah?
So I don't know why, but I ordered volume 2.
Wait,
so now I'm reading it right along with you.
You like the Scooby-Doo comic?
I did like the Scooby-Doo comic.
Tell the listeners what this... Because you're a Scooby-Doo
Oh, I'm sorry. You're
fan.
right. I jumped over it. The Scooby-Doo Apocalypse is like a reimagining of the Scooby-Doo gang where a virus goes off and basically like zombifies the world. And the Scooby gang that we know and love is protected from it. Right. Velma's like part of this corporation that's doing it. And so... now it's just kind of the aftermath. You know, they're trying to figure out if there's a way to reverse the effects. And
it's not like just a jokey...
No.
eye-winky thing. Mm-mm. Like, it's not like, oh, isn't this a silly version?
Nope.
Yeah.
No,
it's just like straight.
They play it 100% straight.
Like the Flintstones became like a modern-day satire and stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know, I guess I'm the audience, you know, like people in their mid to late 30s, Scooby-Doo nostalgia and still reading graphic novels. So it seems like a narrow audience, but I liked it. I'll read volume 2.
I think there's 3 or 4 out.
Okay.
So.
All right. I read Dark Knight Master Race, which comes after Dark Knight Strikes Again.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really good.
Okay.
Have you looked it up?
Yeah, you returned it. I'm going to read it.
Okay.
But
I think it's good. I think it's kind of clear that it's not, like, there's other people involved other than just Frank Miller.
So was the other one I just said. Last Crusade was co-written by Brian Azzarello. Yeah,
same with Master Race.
Yeah.
And I think it stays true to Frank Miller. And there's definitely, like, shades of Frank Miller, and he pencils some of them, and but it kind of, I feel like, sort of evens out, and it's a pretty successful story.
Yeah.
Then I read Betty and Veronica, Volume 1, which is the new...
right. Who's narrated by a what?
A dog. Narrated by a dog, just like Reggie. Betty and Veronica's a total flop.
Okay.
Which is crazy to me, because, like, for 75 years, that's been, like, a staple. And,
bread and butter.
Like, everybody loves Betty and Veronica, and they just whiffed it. It's weird. It's super weird.
Sorry. I got this comic. It's called Ronin.
Oh, okay.
I've had it forever.
Yeah.
It's Frank Miller before he did, like, Marvel and DC stuff.
Okay.
It's pretty good. You might actually
Hand it
like
over.
it.
All right, I'm going to read it.
All right.
Yeah. I can get into that.
Okay. Maybe you'll hate it. The art, I feel like, is his crazy spaghetti art style, but before it just got, like, gross.
I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of like his art stuff.
In Dark Knight Strikes Again?
Well,
that was like noodle art.
I know it hits a point where it becomes nonsensical, but there's kind of a sweet spot in there where I feel like it does kind of serve the story the way it is.
Yeah,
but,
this is almost a Frank Miller spotlight.
Almost, yeah. I guess we should do that sometime.
Yeah. Do we have to look up his racism?
No, we won't talk about that. We'll take the good.
Okay.
I'm currently reading a Voyager book, Atonement. This is the last book in the Voyager relaunch.
You're reading a lot of Star Trek that isn't Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, though? I watched the next episode of Star Trek Discovery while sitting on my couch. I liked it a little better.
Okay.
I feel like it's one of those things where eventually I might, like, work my way through it.
Right.
It still doesn't feel like Star Trek-y to me. Mm-hmm. It feels more like...
Battlestar?
Yeah, a Battlestar wannabe. But the next episode was okay, so I think that's like the 5th episode I've seen.
I've said before, Battlestar has ruined like all sci-fi shows for me.
That's fair.
Usually they feel cheaper.
That's fair. A comic book that I'm currently reading, Kevin Smith's Daredevil, Guardian Devil.
Nice.
Another get well present from this guy across from me here. Have you read it?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Actually, I had read like the Frank Miller stuff as a kid.
Right.
Or not as a teenager. I bought the Frank Miller Daredevil stuff.
Okay.
And then that was all the Daredevil I had. I still read Born Again and Man Without Fear and stuff. But it was like years later that I got it from the library and I read it and I was like, oh, that's right. Daredevil's one of my favorite. And like that's kind of what like solidified Daredevil as one of my favorites. And then that's what got me like to keep reading the other stuff. Like,
you know, if you like Kevin Smith comics, you might want to try the Green Hornet. He's got a couple.
I read the first one.
Did you?
The movie pilot one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the first two really conclude the story.
Yeah.
So
I didn't love his Green Arrow.
It's weird.
But
it's weird.
Is it called Return of the Arrow? Quiver?
Yeah, Quiver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it for me. I've got such a stack.
You've actually read less than I thought you were going to.
I know.
So
I have such a stack of graphic novels and other books. Oh, you know what? I'm also sort of slowly working my way through James Rowland's Doomsday Key. It's the first of our Patron Picks book club coming up on, I want to say, the 20th of February. Yes, February 20th. So you can join us for that. There's still copies at the front desk.
Yeah. My wife, so far, not a fan.
Yeah.
So
I could see that. My brother Steve's reading it, and he says it feels a little like kind of a Da Vinci Code wannabe. So he's making it through okay because he likes those type of books. But it's not a standard mystery.
That's funny because she was complaining about it and saying she wishes it was more like the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's a sort of a pale.
As soon as I finished Turtles All the Way Down, I ordered it today from another library. I'm going to read Annihilation, the book that movie is going to be based on.
Yeah, we talked about that, a few weeks ago.
Yeah, during our Books to Page to Screen Adaptations 2018.
I do want to read that. Your wife liked it, right?
Yeah.
Thumbs up?
She read the audiobook.
Cool.
Or she listened to the audiobook.
You can't read an audiobook. That's insane. All right, anything else? We're going to move on from Bookmark? I finished a couple of video games, Knack and Uncharted Volume 1.
I don't think I watched her. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey, you know what? I did watch a page-to-screen adaptation, The Love Letter, a Hallmark Hall of Fame movie based on a Jack Finney story from the 50s. It's when a man buys an old desk, and there's a secret compartment in it with a letter, and he's able to communicate with a woman in the 1800s.
Do we have
and
this
it's
in our
not the
collection?
lake house. I don't think we do.
Okay, it
Anyway,
sounds like something we do.
That was fun. It wasn't as good as the short story, but I love Jack Finney. He's my favorite. So
okay.
It was fun to watch anyway. But
and how's the book?
It's a short story. It's based on a short story, which we have in the collection About Time. Mm-hmm. So if you're curious, and if you haven't read Jack Finney, you should. Short stories are great. The novels are great. You can't go wrong.
Okay.
Well, let's move on then.
All right. Hey, you want book news real quick?
Yes.
Snagglepuss is getting a comic book. It's set in the 1950s. He's a gay playwright. Dealing with the threat of being blacklisted.
Really?
Yes. It also has Peter Potamus and Augie Doggy.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
There you go.
Is it real?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Count me in even.
It's weird.
Order
because
2 copies.
The covers look like really stylish, but then you open it up and it just looks like a regular comic book. But Snagglepuss looks like an actual, just like a humanoid panther.
Like tiger panther. Yeah, panther. Yeah. I guess he's panther.
So.
Yeah. Peter Potamus has sort of been ruined by Harvey Birdman.
Yeah.
Did you get that thing I sent you?
I don't think there's going to be any. Did you get that thing I sent you?
No, it's too bad.
So.
I used to love Augie Doggy and Doggy Daddy.
Yeah.
I love all those old Hanna-Barbera things.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for those.
Yeah.
You know that.
Well, you got a new comic you can check out. You haven't read the Johnny Quest.
I have.
Oh, okay.
Future Quest,
So which one haven't you read?
Wacky Racers. I haven't read Wacky Racers.
I loved Wacky Racers.
It looks intense.
Yeah. I think didn't Wacky Racers give way to a Hanna-Barbera like All-Stars racing show.
Yeah, they did the special movies and stuff. I think Wacky Racers actually combines like Dick Dastardly and Penelope Pitstop
and they're all racing and everything. But I remember also the Flint Fred and Barney in their car and
that's the Scooby-Doo Laugh Olympics. So all the Hanna-Barberas team up and do competitive things.
Okay.
So if you want to get in the mood for the Olympics, you can watch Scooby-Doo's Laugh Olympics. It'd be great.
Yeah.
All right, before we get into the New York Times bestseller list, you got that ready to roll?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to mention the top Grammy wins. Those came out last week after we'd recorded. So here they are. Your 2018 Grammy winners are Album of the Year, 24K Magic by Bruno Mars.
The problem is...
It also won Record of the Year.
That came out forever ago. The Grammys just take so long.
Yeah.
Because it's in October.
Right.
Or something. So it's just
Yeah.
It just that came out 2 years ago, it feels like.
Okay. The Song of the Year, That's What I Like.
Can you say it?
Bruno Mars. No, I can't. How's it go?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
24 karat magic.
Do you want anything else?
Alicia
Kara's the best new artist.
And she's the only woman to win. Is that right?
Is it? Oh, I think you're right, actually.
Because the Grammys just got in a whole lot of hot water for
That's
not
right.
having any female winners, and then the president of the Grammys came out and said women just need to step up.
Yeah, what are you
gonna do? It's like, step up in the world of music? I don't know.
Hey, Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album went to Tony Bennett for Tony Bennett Celebrates 90.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Anything else you want me to tell you about?
No. Oh, we saw some trailers at the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's not book news.
That's true.
Well, I guess Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is technically based off of the writings.
Right. You're absolutely right.
Michael Crichton.
Yep, the late Michael Crichton.
Pretty scary.
Yeah, it looked fun. I'm excited for it. When does it come out?
Comes out June 22nd,
June
2018.
22nd. I figured you'd know.
Yes, I think it looks much darker and scary.
Yes, I agree.
It's scarier. The trailer opens with like a little girl in her bed freaking out because the new Indoraptor is in her room and about to eat her.
Yeah.
And whoever that little girl is, she has nailed the ability to look absolutely terrified.
Uh-huh.
So that's pretty good. It looks great. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I know nobody else likes The Lost World.
I'm with you.
But I like The Lost World because it goes darker.
Uh-huh.
And I like that.
Okay.
You can have the fun, exciting Jurassic Parks and Jurassic Worlds, but then I also like the dark.
Like
because dinosaurs are scary.
They are.
We should be awed by them.
We should.
But we should also be scared by them.
And if anything, you're odd. So.
Yeah, I'm odd.
Yeah.
And scared.
Yeah.
Mostly odd. I'm odd by their ability to frighten me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What do we got on the New York Times bestseller list?
All right, let's check this out.
Topping the list.
All right, this is the young adult list.
Okay.
We're just gonna. It's been maybe 4 weeks since we looked at this list.
Yeah.
So there's been one or two changes.
Yeah.
So number 10 has
Not
been
many.
here for 2 weeks. We got Before I Let Go by Marike Ninjkamp. I can't. She wrote This Is Where It Ends.
Oh, okay.
So this is her book. This is her new book. Corey returns to Lost Creek, Alaska, to learn more about the death of her best friend, Kyra. So, and guess what? That book puts This Is Where It Ends at number 9.
Ooh.
For 67 weeks on this list.
Look out.
So, there you go. She got 2 books at the same time. But so did Leah Berdago, who's Wonder Woman Warbringer, is still there at number 8. You have The Cruel Prince by Holly Black at number 7. That's been here for 4 weeks. 4 weeks as well is number 6, Batman Nightwalker.
I wondered if that was going to be there.
So you got 2 DC heroes here.
Yeah.
So
my wife read the Wonder Woman. She started the Batman and was not pulled in like she hoped she would be. So
she doesn't really know anything about
I still plan to read it.
DC Comics, right? Like Wonder Woman and Batgirls and Birds of Prey.
She loves that stuff.
No, I don't think...
Birds of Prey?
Yeah, like she likes the idea of them, but she's never really read any comics of them or anything.
Is this a joke?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it works. Hilarious.
I need you to be there when she hears that.
Oh, okay.
To tell me how
okay, I'll wait.
I'll just there.
Hey, I can't leave the couch, so odds are I will be there.
Number 5 by Jason Reynolds, Long Way Down.
Okay.
Number 4, One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. That's been here for a while, 31 weeks. Number 3 weeks on the list, Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. This is the sequel to Scythe.
Okay.
Do you know that Scythe is like that red and yellow covered book with the person with Scythe? Well, this is the sequel. Number 2, Turtles All the Way Down by John Green.
You're so relevant.
And number 1, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Today is actually, there was a hashtag going around called Celebrate Angie Thomas. Because I guess somebody who was cast in the Hate You Give movie just went on a racist rant recently.
Jeez.
And people decide to yell at Angie Thomas for it. And people are like, what?
Yeah.
So it gets very confusing.
That is confusing.
People.
Do you think he'll make it through that book? Should I not ask you that on mic?
I don't know if I'll get through that book.
Okay.
And that might be me.
Okay.
It's written, it's 450 pages long.
Yeah.
It's written in first person from a teenage perspective, and she writes a teenager very well.
Mm-hmm.
But as I just told you, I have a hard time getting into teenager protagonists.
Yes.
And, I mean, even with the Turtles All the Way Down, the only reason I'm still going through this one is because it's a shorter book, and it's reading much quicker. But this was, like, small type. I mean, good if you can read it. I'm happy, but, like... I just don't have the patience.
You're not the intended audience, so sometimes that really does matter.
Yeah. All right. Well, here we go. Sorry, everybody. I let a bunch of people down right there.
Did you?
I'm gonna get hate mail and everything. I'm gonna have to read it out of like whatever happens because of that. What do you call it?
Whatever.
Fallout, guilt.
Yeah.
I gotta read it out of guilt now. Number 10 on the New York Times bestseller list for hardcover fiction. We're back to adult fiction now.
Yes, we are.
Grown-ups only, standing room only as well.
Yeah.
So all you people sitting, get out.
It's tight.
Number 10, Need to Know by Karen Cleveland. This is new. Do you know this? A CIA analyst job and family are threatened when she discovers Russian agents in the United States.
No.
I wonder if we can hear my guinea pig drinking her water bottle.
Well, it's adorable, so I hope they can.
Yeah.
Drink it up, Mango.
Yeah. She's a pretty thirsty guinea pig.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. Is that going to be all right?
My computer just went to sleep, but it should be fine.
All right.
Just my monitor.
Oh, okay.
Look at that. Still
Sleep
going.
tight, sweet prince.
Yeah. But we'll leave it up here. Number 9, City of Endless Night. It's been here for 2 weeks. Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child, so they're back together.
Yeah, those are... I never quite understand what those books are.
Well, this is a New York City detective and an FBI special agent track down a killer who decapitates numerous victims. Mm-hmm. So, it's good to have a thing.
Yeah.
I think.
You want to distinguish yourself.
Yeah, your thing is you run a library.
Yep.
This person's thing is he decapitates people. Multiple people.
Decapitates people.
Number 8, The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah McKinnon. Not The Wife Between You and Me.
Oh, okay.
So, the connection... Which wife do you think is between us? Like, getting in the way of you and me?
Causing problems with our friendship?
Like
I don't know.
The best friends we could be.
I don't know.
All right. What if it's both of them? And then it should be the wives
conspiring.
Between us. Yeah.
Yep.
You and I could just be traveling out to San Diego, having a road trip.
Picking apples and...
Picking apples?
That's a thought.
That sounds fun.
I know, let's do it.
Or apples, like, is that a thing you do in San Diego?
Probably not.
Okay. The connection.
Picking oranges.
A hedge fund manager, his ex-wife, and his fiancé are explored from separate points of view.
Uh-oh.
I wonder if there's any,
Go on.
What's the person when they're reading, but you can't trust them?
Unreliable
narrator, yes.
Yeah.
Number 7, The Immortalist by Chloe Benjamin. 4 adolescents learn the dates of their deaths from a psychic and their lives go on different courses. Isn't that the those movies? Extinction? No, not the movies. Destination. The
Final Destination?
Final Destination.
I couldn't tell you much about Final Destination.
6.
Sorry.
Before We Were Yours.
What?
South Carolina lawyer learns about the questionable practices of a Tennessee orphanage.
Oh, okay.
Number 5, The Rooster Bar. Been here for 14 weeks.
Hey, that was another thing I received in a care package from a good friend of mine, so I will be reading that.
No problem, man.
I didn't say thank you.
Oh, okay. You watch any Coach?
Yeah.
Lately?
Just watched an episode of Coach before I came over here.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Good times.
Nick,
hey, do you
know that full series of Coach.
I do, but you know what? In 2015, they were going to bring it back. Committed to a 13-episode order, shot the pilot, and then we're like, So.
How do you feel about that? Are you happy?
I don't know. I don't see why not.
Okay.
It's not like Coach is some,
definitive ending.
Yeah. It's not like we made a new Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Like, why not more Coach, you know?
More Frasier? You think you don't want to Frasier?
I don't know.
Frasier ended pretty well.
Did it? I actually haven't seen the ending, so.
Well, it ends with him
Don't
leaving.
spoil it.
Yeah, okay. Number 4, Little Fires Everywhere.
Ah!
Number 3, Origin by Dan Brown.
Oh, yeah.
All right, number 2,
I can't believe I haven't read Origin by Dan Brown yet.
Yeah.
But I haven't.
Yeah. Number 2, Fall from Grace by Danielle Steele. Debut of the week.
Uh-huh.
A widow, left out of her husband's will, tries to make a new life as a fashion designer.
Will it work?
I guess I don't know what genre Danielle Steele writes.
Yeah, I guess I tend to think that it's romance, but I don't think that's necessarily true.
Yeah, sometimes it seems like she's writing, like, historical fiction as well.
Yeah, she does write historical fiction.
I guess she just writes whatever she wants because she's Danielle Steele.
Yeah,
and we're just living in her world.
You don't argue with success.
Yeah. Number 1, The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn.
Hey.
A recluse who drinks heavily and takes prescription drugs may have witnessed a crime across from a Harlem townhouse.
I mean, those things are true. The things that you're saying are true, but it just makes it sound like a very different kind of book.
Yeah, it sounds like Girl on the Train, Woman in the Cabin 10, and all that stuff.
No, it's not. It's just not like that.
Okay.
But,
good to know.
But whatever. That's what they want. Is that all you got?
That was number 1.
That's it.
Well, okay. I've read a few more comics.
Oh, since just in the last few. Wow.
Yeah. So I read a Cable origin story in the last couple minutes. Yeah.
Really now?
Yeah.
Huh. I've got so many comic books. I can't I have so many that I need to read.
Fun fact, Johnny Blaze is not the only Ghostwriter. So I've got some Danny Ketch Ghostwriter comics.
And you know what?
And
we do have those in our collection too. So
that's Robbie. Is it Robbie Reese?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I've read those. I read the first one.
Oh, okay. Are they good?
The first volume, you read it as well with the car.
Did I read that?
Didn't you? Isn't it
I read
or
Daredevil Back in Black. I don't know if I.
No, that's Daredevil. I said Ghostwriter.
Yeah, I know, but we got them at the same time in the collection. Okay. Doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I suppose
I'll get to those.
Our friends don't want to hear about this, but
our friends.
Anyway, yeah, our listeners.
Oh.
Sure, we're friends. All right, well, folks, as we mentioned, we are going to be talking about some anticipated books coming out in 2018. I read several lists, and there was a lot of divergence. I don't think there's a much
Not more
agreement.
divergent books.
No, not more divergent.
Okay.
There are a couple that popped out on every list, so I'll help you. I'll point those out when they come.
Okay.
I've settled on the one from Pop Sugar because I think it's a good mix of, sort of highbrow stuff and things that people are like actually going to read.
Yeah.
People
are Pop.
Yeah.
We've used Pop Sugar quite a bit lately.
Well, I think it's helpful because sometimes the lists are like most
Wait.
anticipated, but it's not like
Yeah.
that doesn't mean most read. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this, I think, has a little bit of both. So.
Oh, good. You're using my Frank Miller's Ronin as a mouse
Oh, yeah.
pad now.
That's a perfect mouse pad. Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, you can find us on popsugar.com, but we're going to be talking about these a little bit. The first one on the list is a nonfiction, Brave, by Rose McGowan. So this is an autobiography that's coming out, topical, considering the Harvey Weinstein scandal and all that. So this is a pretty open and honest autobiography with a lot of buzz about it.
Yeah.
So we'll be having these. We'll be having this one in the collection.
Do you think it's mostly going to be that, or a lot of Charmed as well?
Yeah, it's mostly about Charmed, I think. No, not really.
Brave to be in Charmed for how many seasons?
Charmed.
A lot.
Yeah. And, you know what?
She was in more seasons than Shannon Doherty.
Yeah, that's true. They're bringing Charmed back, too, by the way.
But this isn't like a revival. This is a reboot. All new.
Oh, it's a totally...
all new cat,
okay.
yeah. They said something like, it's going to be a feminist story and everything. The creator of Charmed had a few words to share about that, too. They're like, I guess we forgot to be a strong female show back then. They're like, you try to handle some of the studio corrections we received, and you tell me. People just need to, like... I don't know. Everybody thinks they're just so much... It's C.S. Lewis called it something. Or maybe it was Tolkien. This, like, historical snobbery. You think because it's not 20 years ago that you're somehow smarter than everybody else.
Yeah.
And it's the same... I mean, it's the same thing with these revivals. Like, we're going to do what the show never was brave enough to do.
Finally, you'll see Dynasty as it was meant to be seen.
Yeah. So.
All right, I need you to get off your soapbox so I can tell the nice people.
I'm sorry, everybody.
No, I'm just kidding. Jojo Moyes coming back. Say the name for me once for you.
No, Jojo Moyes?
Yeah. Oh, you did it.
Yeah.
You did it right. I don't know.
I've always been like, Joy Moyes.
Yeah, Joy Moyes. Like you're on a pogo stick.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds
like.
I've not read Jojo Moyes.
This is the third book in this series.
Yes, it is. Me Before You, then After You, then Still Me.
So Still Me kind of sounds like a apology. Like, Still Me. Sorry.
Lou is back, this time in New York City, where she'll juggle Manhattan high society and her long-distance relationship with Ambulance Sam at the same time.
That was probably a spoiler.
I haven't read the others, so,
Yeah.
Dave Eggers. I don't know. Dave Eggers... probably most well known for The Circle.
Yeah.
But also Hologram for the King was a movie with Tom Hanks.
Circle.
So was The Circle with Tom Hanks.
Bombed and people hated.
Yeah. And The Circle, both the book and the movie are just bad because I feel like if the book or the movie had come out like 15 or 20 years ago, then it would have been really good. But now it's just sort of...
And it's weird because it follows like younger people.
Right.
They're like, you mean I can share my personal information across the internet?
Yeah.
How does one achieve internet access?
And I haven't...
Sorry, I like that
I read The Circle and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I did not read Hologram for the King, but I saw the movie and was really impressed with it.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
He has a new... Go ahead and pronounce this one.
The Monk of Mocha by Dave
Monk
Eggers.
is easy to pronounce.
The true story of Yemeni American man who wants to bring the art of Yemeni coffee back, just as civil war engulfs Yemen in 2015. A story about the American dream, Muslim American identity, and coffee. So that one is out. And you know what?
What?
I'm going to put myself on the spot and say, I'm going to read this one. Because I'm intrigued by Hologram for the King. I like the unusual story here. So I'm going to do it. It's
out now.
I'm doing it. Hey, I'm doing it.
Okay.
All right. Number 4 on the list. This is coming out pretty soon. Probably by the time you listen to this, it'll be out. Kristen Hanna's The Great Alone. So, of course, Kristen Hanna...
Oh, The Nightingale.
Was,
your mortal enemy of the New York Times bestsellers list.
But I did kind of like The Nightingale.
But you got sick of hearing
I did
about
get sick of seeing it. So we'll probably get sick of seeing this one as well.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm still, like, from what I know of Kristen Hanna and her other books, The Nightingale seems like kind of a fluke. It just seems a lot more like...
All right. Maybe it won't be a big hit.
I don't know. Maybe it won't be.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit about this. The story of a family that goes off the grid in Alaska and is forced to survive the elements both outside of their house and the dangers within.
Ugh.
The Great Alone is an unforgettable story of survival and resilience.
Sorry.
I think, just like from a publishing standpoint, this is a weird follow-up to The
I think
Nightingale.
it's a weird cover because it looks like a romance.
Yeah, that's everything. Even the Nightingale kind of has that look.
Wow.
They all have this look to them, but I feel like she picked up a lot of new fans from the Nightingale, and this probably more representative of what she normally does, so I guess it makes sense to do this, but
Okay.
I don't know how that's going to go over. I predict a big splash on the bestseller list, and then
Gonzo.
Yep.
Well, I guess we'll see.
We will see. I've been wrong before. I don't want to bring up how wrong I was about the Underground Railroad, but I still think it's a flawed book. But
yeah,
whatever. Sunburn by Laura Lipman.
Mm-hmm. Who is?
She writes the Tess Monaghan mysteries.
Yeah, those are popular.
Are they? Because I don't know. That's not something that stood out to me as a thing. I recognize the name.
Okay.
But not these books.
All right.
Baltimore Blues, Another Thing to Fall, Charm City. They haven't really showed up on my radar much. The Girl in the Green Raincoat, I guess, was one that got a little bit of attention. But anyway, this one, inspired by the great noir mysteries The Postman Always Rings Twice and Double Indemnity, Sunburn is a salty mystery that is utterly unput-downable. That could be fun. It's got a good cover. And apparently the Washington Post thinks she's one of the best novelists around, period.
Wow.
I want to point out that they both spelled out the word period and then ended the sentence with a period.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Did you ever see Double Jeopardy with Ashley Judd?
Oh, yes. I think I have.
She gets accused of killing her husband, but then she's free. Her husband's still alive.
She's acquitted.
And now she can kill her husband.
So long.
So, Is that really true? Like Double Jeopardy, you can't be accused of the same crime?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think because the crime wasn't committed.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. Mm-hmm. So any lawyers out there, please. Yeah. Ed, if you're listening, let us know.
I don't think she kills her husband at the end of that movie.
You don't?
I think she's the better woman.
Okay.
So.
All right. Now, here the next one here, this Meg Woolitzer's Female Persuasion, this is one that was consistently on every list that I read.
Yes.
So whether it was a hoity-toity or like an Entertainment Weekly kind of thing, the Female Persuasion...
Take that, Entertainment Weekly.
The Female Persuasion by Meg Woolitzer is on every list. So this spring, Meg Woolitzer brings us The Female Persuasion, about a college freshman who meets a feminist icon and becomes her protege. A novel about female power and ambition. Well, it's certainly timely.
Female power usually involves lightning shooting out of the fingers.
Is this from Charmed?
Flight.
I never saw it. But
super strength.
I heard Shannon Doherty was difficult to work with.
Yeah.
So.
Would you hear that just from Charmed?
And 90210.
And every other thing.
Yeah, and everything she ever did.
I think she was okay in Mallrats.
Yeah, I think Kevin Smith had a good experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He brought her back for something, or wanted to bring her back.
All right.
So, Laura Tierney. Not Laura. What's...
Maura Tierney?
No, then who am I thinking of?
I don't know.
The person from Dogma.
I don't know.
The woman from Dogma.
I can't think of who that is.
Isn't it Laura Tierney?
I don't know who that is.
No, so. You're right. No. The person from Men in Black, the first one.
I don't know.
Elle.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, she was tough to work with.
Okay.
So that's an insight into Dogma.
Great, thank you. The Kevin Smith film Dogma, an unnamed female actress, difficult to work with. Okay. Also nonfiction, we have How to Write an Autobiographical Novel, Essays by Alexander G.
Ferrantino.
I've never heard that name before.
Oh, you might remember her from Men in Black.
Or Dogma, I heard she was in.
Yeah.
Bit of a pill.
Vision Quest, After Hours, Queen's Logic, Jade.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're making that up.
Where the Money Is.
Mm-hmm.
She's only in the first Men in Black.
Interesting.
Like she was going to be the new agent.
Really? And then
they were...
No, thanks. I'll have to look this person up. I don't know who it is.
But she was in the cartoon.
Okay.
All three of them were in the cartoon.
Cool.
But they changed her hair to blonde. They also did that with Catwoman.
You know what? And she was voiced by Jennifer Lean from Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah.
Played Kess. Fun fact, it all comes full circle. All right. Back to this book. How to Write an Autobiographical Novel, Essays by Alexander G. So from the author of The Queen of the Night comes a collection of essays exploring his many identities over the course of his life, starting at age 15. This book is his first foray into nonfiction and is not to be missed.
Okay.
According to Pop Sugar, so who knows?
I wish I knew how to sing Pop by... Who sings Pop?
I don't know.
Isn't that Prince?
Could be.
Who sings pop music?
I don't know.
Isn't that Prince?
I don't know still.
Pop music. Pop
I think
music.
it's that lady from Dogma.
Oh, wait. Is that Bowie?
The Elizas by Sarah Shepard.
Sarah Shepard of...
Can you do it? You got it?
Pretty Little Liars?
That's right.
Okay.
This is her adult fiction debut. Pretty Little Liars books have done very well.
For her, yes.
Yeah. Did she also write The Lion Game?
No.
That's someone different?
The Lion Game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's whatever the author is. That's Ruth Ware.
No. The YA series, the Lion Game.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry.
Huh.
Lion Game. Ruth Ware.
Oh, okay, I got
Follow
it.
up to Woman in Cabin 10.
Yeah, no, it is Sarah Shepard. Yeah, she wrote The Lion Game. They made that TV series for a while on ABC. It doesn't matter. But anyway, this is her adult fiction debut. So if you're a fan of The Lion Game or Pretty Little Liars, then maybe you check out some adult fiction by the author. A mystery that begins when a woman is discovered at the bottom of a hotel pool. Was it just another failed suicide attempt, or was she pushed? That doesn't sound too interesting.
Yeah.
But typically, I think when there's a transition...
Sounds like Woman in Cabin 10.
It does. When there's a transition like this of a really popular author going to another age bracket, usually there is a lot of hype around that. So, for better or worse.
Pop music is by M. It's the British pop musician Robin Scott.
Huh.
So.
Okay.
My apologies to the estates of both David Bowie and Prince.
Yeah, seriously.
So.
You and Justin Timberlake both. You Think It, I'll Say It. Stories by Curtis Sittenfeld. Called a master storyteller by the Washington Post, Curtis Sittenfeld has written some of our all-time favorite books, according to Pop Sugar. This spring,
Pop Sugar,
she delivers You Think It, I'll Say It, her first collection of short stories, each told in her inimitable style. Are you familiar with this author?
No.
Okay.
Say it again?
She wrote Prep, for
No.
one. That was a pretty big one back in the day.
No.
Okay. Well, you got another one here. This last one, it's a creative book by Questlove from
Sure.
Jimmy Fallon's band. I'm going to go ahead and say this is not one of the most hotly anticipated books of
Questlove,
2018.
he's everywhere.
Okay. Well, I'll read it about you, but I take issue with this one because I don't think this is going to be on the top. Looking to live a more creative life, Questlove, the drummer from Jimmy Fallon's band, The Roots. I guess we'll say The Roots.
Yeah, I was thinking he probably doesn't care to be just...
Okay. Questlove's got you covered. In Creative Quest, he imparts wisdom through personal anecdotes and lessons from other creative people, giving us a guidebook for how we can cultivate a creative life.
Jimmy Fallon's in-house band, The Roots. He's also producer of the musical Hamilton.
Okay.
So.
Oh, wow. You're really on it with Questlove.
Well, I just feel like...
Yes, there's one more that I want to mention, and that is a collection of essays by Zadie Smith called Feel Free. This is one that popped up on a lot of lists, and Zadie Smith's books have a very strong following. So this is not fiction. This is not a novel. It's a collection of her essays. It's not included on Pop Sugar's list, but I think it's worth mentioning because it has a lot of buzz. It has a lot of crossover buzz.
Right.
So I think this one will definitely be a long-time bestseller. So you can check that out when it comes. Anything else you want to mention?
That's coming out?
Yeah.
I can't think
in the adult world. Are there any adult authors that you're following regularly?
No.
Would you say you follow Brandon Sanderson?
No, I'm very behind.
Okay.
He has a new young adult book he's working on that's part of the Steelheart series.
Okay.
No, I can't think of it. Sometimes they just sneak up on me. I'm like, oh, yeah, he's got this coming out. So.
Okay. The Bill Clinton, James Patterson book is coming out. Oh, but I didn't really think it was worth mentioning.
Probably is.
So.
You don't think that's going to sell?
No, I think it'll...
We're going to be talking about it.
No, you're right. I know. I'm sure that it will sell. It is weird.
Oh. Stephen King has a new book coming out this year, too.
Does he?
The Outsiders. Or The Outsider.
Huh. Mm-hmm. I'll read it.
It was on one of the lists I had looked at.
Okay.
It comes out in the summer.
Interesting.
Well,
I don't think Sleeping Beauty's... I mean, I think it's sold fine, but I don't think I ever saw a really positive review of it.
You're going to watch...
And Gwendy's Button Box was also co-authored, so...
Yeah.
Seems like it sort of goes back to Revival. Maybe it was the last... either that or the End of Watch. Maybe. Bill Hodges' book.
You're going to watch that thing, Castle... Is it Castle Rock?
Yeah, I'll probably watch it.
What's it called?
Yeah.
So what is it? It's not an adaptation of one thing,
no.
a mixture of all this stuff?
Yeah, it's an anthology of... Basically, it's just you take Stephen King scenarios, settings, characters, and you do with them as you will. It's like an anthology show. So, Pennywise and Jack Torrance are going to go out for a beer or something.
It's kind of a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but
of Stephen King.
And most of them are villains.
I am my guilty pleasure. I am looking forward to NYPD Red 5, which is coming out this year.
Yeah, remember when you wanted to read that Fireman's book with me? We're going to book club a Fireman's book.
No.
But you couldn't read it because of the description of, like, burning flesh?
Ugh. I don't remember, but...
Oh, yeah. I was in Florida at the time.
Okay. And we couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it.
You want to do Left Behind book 2?
No.
We read that first one together.
Yeah, we did.
You don't want to read the second one?
I don't know.
All right. I think
it was weirdly entertaining.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it was dumb, but, like...
Yeah. Well...
Dumb entertaining.
Obviously it was dumb.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for the good of the podcast before we...
What's going on in the library?
Settle down? Yeah, we can talk about that.
All right.
Well, the book club is wrapping up on The Long Fall by Walter Mosley. The meeting for that is Wednesday the 7th at 3:30. Angelica listeners, I don't know what to do for you. It's already over. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Quit moving around so much.
Oh, sorry.
You're going to bust a staple.
I'm going to bust your face. After that, we're going to be reading North of Boston. Do you remember?
It's North of Boston.
North of Boston by Elizabeth Elo. So that's
I live
the
north
next
of Boston.
One. I know.
Yeah, Haverhill, Massachusetts.
It's about
north
you.
Of Boston.
And I already mentioned the Doomsday Key by James Rowlands. The Patron Picks Book Club is reading, and the Jane Austen Book Club finishing up Emma.
Right.
So you can still join in.
Yeah.
For concerts, we have Sorrow Estate coming back on February 15th.
Yeah.
7 o'clock that night. Their new EP, the Happy EP, is out. You can get that. Listen to it ahead of time, and we have their first collection just called Sorrow Estate in our collection right now, so you can just go to the CD section and check it out. Those are the big deals.
Yeah.
Emerald Isle's coming back March 1st. They're a perennial favorite, so I'm happy to see them.
Yeah.
What about you?
We bring them back every April Fool's Day.
Yes. What? What do you got going on?
What do I have going on? I guess the next thing going on is February 13th, we've got our anti-Valentine's Day party.
Down with Valentine's Day.
TBD.
Okay.
I don't know what to show.
Dark Crystal, yeah. We showed Labyrinth last season, so I just buy a bunch of heart-shaped cookies and break them in half. Oh, okay.
I like it. Some black roses.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have a craft planned?
No. I gotta do something.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Yeah. I think I had a game out last year, but I don't think... Most of them just come and do the same stuff they do during Anime Club. We're watching
just during the day.
Yeah, okay. Now we have broken cookies and stuff.
All right. You could watch that 90s movie Addicted to Love with Meg Ryan and Matthew Broderick where they try to break everybody up.
Oh, sure.
Don't watch that. I don't think it's a good movie.
Yeah. What about 10 Things I Hate About You?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Kids probably wouldn't like that.
You don't think?
There's probably a lot of 90s references.
Probably
like, hey, why don't we go home and use my AOL to chat? That's a bad movie anyway, if you think about it.
10 Things I Hate About You?
No, if somebody's going home and using their AOL.
Yeah, you don't want to watch anybody using their AOL. It's boring.
Yeah, and then we're preparing for our teen photo classes. More information.
TBD? Okay. All right.
That's to be determined.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
TBA.
TBA, to be announced.
To be announced.
Yeah.
Any other acronyms you want to do?
What's the...
PDQ.
What's that?
Pretty darn quick.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Could be.
Okay.
Could be.
Yeah.
TTFN.
All right.
So Winnie the Pooh says means ta-ta for now.
Okay.
So that's our way of saying we'll see you next time.